Hello you guys, welcome back to the vlog. Today is gonna be kind of focused on finally planting my garden. I feel like I'm a little late to the game doing this at the end of May, but it's not quite too late. I think we are gonna get to plant it right in the nick of time. So I am about to run some errands. I need to go get some eggs from a friend of mine who has chickens. I'm going to go get another tomato cage from like a gardening store. I might grab some other things. I'm like slightly considering getting more plants for my garden, although I feel like I don't have any more room. I don't really know. I need to at least get a tomato cage. And then I want to go to a local farm and see if they have any fresh strawberries. It's like strawberry season here, and I normally go somewhere to pick them, but I don't know if I'm gonna get time to do that this year, so I want to go somewhere and just pick up some so that I can make some strawberry things. I want to make a strawberry shortcake later this week, and I don't know, it just sounds so good and I don't want to miss out on strawberry season. But anyways, I'm super excited to take you guys along with me as we do a little bit of gardening. Okay. One more thing. I really want to vlog this because I think it's gonna be fun. I love like gardening content, but this is my first year doing a garden and I'm feeling a little bit self-conscious, insecure. I feel like I'm not sure if I'm going to do it right, and it's like, then I'm gonna put it on the internet for everyone to see. I don't know. I'm trying to do my research about like how far apart to put the plants, but I honestly really have no idea, so I'm just kind of winging it, and you guys get to witness that. So, should be fun. We're hoping for good success with the gardening, but we will see. Anyways, I need to get going, and then we can get started. Back, and what was supposed to be just a quick little trip into town to run a few errands turned out to be like 2.5 hours. I got eggs from my friend Sydney, and we ended up just hanging out and chatting for a while, and then, you know, one thing leads to another, and it's been several hours. I got a whole bunch of strawberries, which I just showed you. Strawberry season is so fun. These look absolutely delicious. I haven't even tried one. Wait, I'm going to. Don't you just love watching other people eat what you can't? I went to our like country seed store or whatever, got my tomato cage that I needed. I think that I'm only gonna need 3, but we shall see. And while I was there, I was looking around at seeds, and I'm kind of regretting not having any fruit in my garden, so I ended up picking some watermelon out. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm not even sure if I have room, to be honest. I don't know. We will see. Then I didn't have cash on me, and it was like a $5 limit for using your card. The total came out to like $4, so I was like, well, I have to grab something else. So I ended up getting some Cosmos seeds. So I'm gonna have to find some place to plant them. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get around to that today or not. And then I went to my car, and turns out that I did have a bunch of cash in there. But you know what? It was an excuse to buy some flowers. And while I was at Sydney's, she said that she had some seeds left that I could use, which she had like butternut squash, which I was kind of wanting to plant if I could, so I was thinking about buying it, so she had some extras. This is cucumber, this is sweet corn, which the only way we're doing sweet corn is if I convince Keegan to till up like another patch for more gardening space, because I thought that I was good, but turns out my garden is really itty bitty, which was kind of what we were going for. But now that I'm getting started, I have like so many things I want to plant, but I don't even know. So just some extra seeds in case we have room or we decide that we want to plant them. But I will show you what my plants that I already have that I'm gonna plant are. So let's head on out to the garden. All right, it is very bright now, but I do want to show you kind of what I have going on with my garden so far. Okay, so I have these 2 raised beds. This one came with the house, which was kind of nice, and then Keegan built this one over here, and I have this little pot that I showed you a couple videos ago that I planted some zinnias in. I'll show you kind of how they're doing. And then that pot back there behind it I'm going to plant my herbs. And I'm trying to think about seeing if I can convince Keegan to like till up another bed onto the ground so that we can do more, but I don't know if that's too ambitious. Okay, so I kind of have separated them slightly, but I have a couple of squash plants. I don't even really like squash, but somebody gave me a bunch of plants and this was included, so I was like, I'll just go ahead and plant them, see how they do, and then maybe I'll try to be creative with how I prepare it and see if I like it. I have a few pepper plants. This is a Cali Wonder, which is kind of a bell pepper. This is a mucho nacho, I think it's a jalapeno, and a red bell pepper. We have 3 different tomato plants. One of them is like a cherry tomato, and then I have a couple different varieties of bigger tomatoes. And then I just have my herbs, a couple parsley, basil, and cilantro and dill. Oh, and I have green beans as well that I'm gonna plant. And these are my for sure planting, and then I showed you just kind of my, if we have room or if we till up another bed, I'll plant these. And I have these like potatoes that I've had in my pantry that have been sitting for way too long and have developed some eyes. So I'm gonna like maybe do an experiment and plant them and see how they go. I'm going to go ahead and plant my herbs first, maybe because it's the least intimidating to me. I'm first putting in a layer of like sticks and twigs that I gathered from around our yard and putting in a bit of topsoil, adding in my plants, and then I'm just topping it off with a little bit of potting soil. Okay, I think this is all that I'm gonna do for now. I have my 3 tomato plants here. Then I planted my green beans right there. I just decided to do 1 row because I wasn't sure how everything was gonna do spacing wise and just the growth. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna start with 1 row of green beans, and then if the tomatoes aren't spreading out too much, I will do another row like right there. And plus, if I like space out the planting time, I can have a harvest a little bit later on. I have all of my peppers over here with my 2 little squash plants right there. And I don't know, that's all that I've really done. At first I was kind of measuring everything out to do exactly what it says online spacing wise, and then I just kind of gave up on that because I was like, I don't have the patience for this or the time. Like, I don't know if I can actually plant all of this if I go like exactly, so it might be a little closer together than they're supposed to be. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it will all turn out okay. I don't know. We will see if we plant more. I'll have to talk to Keegan when we get home, and that will be to be determined. Alright, you guys, I'm about to make myself a little bit of a snack of dates and peanut butter. I really think this is good. It's honestly just a really good sweet snack, but you can get some protein in from the peanut butter. Just a little something to hold me over until supper. It was like a few months ago. I showed this on my Instagram and I got several people commenting like, ooh, should we like expect pregnancy announcement? Which I had no idea that dates are something that like pregnant ladies are supposed to eat. So I thought that I would also put that out there on this video. I'm not eating these because I'm pregnant. No pregnancy announcement, but these just taste really good and they're fairly healthy. So I just fill them with a little bit of peanut butter. Sometimes I put some chocolate chips on them, but I'm just gonna eat them like this. And I like to put just a sprinkle of sea salt on them. The dates are very sweet, so it's like a nice little sweet and salty snack. This peanut butter was very runny and messy, so not at all aesthetically pleasing, but pretty tasty. We are going to be having some overnight guests coming this weekend, so I wanted to make a little bit of a sweet treat to have when they're here, so I decided to quickly whip up like a very simple muffin. I'm gonna be making donut muffins. These are kind of some that I grew up on. They're just a very simple muffin. They don't have any fruit or anything in them. I didn't have any like bananas or blueberries. So I decided to make these. They're just kind of like a cinnamon and sugary donut muffin, but they are so good. So good. I'm super excited to make them and have them again. We have 6 little muffins about to pop in the oven. I honestly should have probably done a double or triple recipe. The recipe already doesn't make very many. I think it said it makes 10, but I use these like bakery style muffin cups and they hold a lot more. That made a big difference too and cut it way down. So we have 6. Now I'm not sure if I can even taste test one. Maybe we'll have to share one. But anyways, I'm gonna pop them in the oven and I'm excited to see how they turn out. Okay, my muffins are out of the oven, looking great. And now you just put a little bit of melted butter and cinnamon and sugar on top. Normally you're gonna like roll the top of the muffin into a little bit of melted butter and then the cinnamon and sugar. But since my muffin tins are like this, they come up above the muffin, I'm just gonna spoon a little bit of the melted butter and then like a little bit of the cinnamon and sugar on top. Okay, here is the final product. It's just super buttery and cinnamon and sugary inside. I'm really excited. I think Keegan and I might just split one later tonight for dessert. I also think these little muffin cups are so fun. They make it feel like it's just from a cafe. I just think it's so much more fun to bake muffins with these. Well, I'll link those muffin cups down below. I just got them off of Amazon, and then I'll also leave the recipe in the description in case you want to make them. Also, little update on the garden situation. Keegan might be on board. I kind of wasn't sure if he would think that I was crazy for wanting to till up a whole new bed. Like, it is a little scary to like till up an area of our yard when, you know, we only have like 1/3 of an acre. So we're not living on tons of land and we only have so much yard. It just kind of sounds fun to have even more garden. I was really saying that I was gonna start small, which this is still pretty small compared to, I'm sure some of you have way bigger gardens, but I don't know, there's just so much more I want to plant. Keegan, do you think that I'm crazy?
No. I was a little out of the blue, but not crazy. And it'll be nice to have more vegetables.
It will be nice to have more vegetables. Okay, Keegan is going to be putting some steaks on the grill for dinner, and I'm gonna make a little side dish to go with it. And this is something that I just kind of throw together. It's super easy, but so good, so delicious. So I'm starting with a few little potatoes like this. I mean, you could use big ones too, but these are just so easy because you can just quarter them really quickly. Alright, so I have my bowl of potatoes, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of frozen broccoli. I'm adding in my cheese that I shredded, a bit of garlic salt. I'm not measuring anything. You just gotta kind of measure with your heart. And lastly, the real secret ingredient to anything good and delicious, some ranch. I never said this was healthy. And then we give it a good mix. Okay, and then normally I would maybe use like avocado oil, but I'm going to just use the rest of this melted butter because I didn't use it all for the muffins, and just grease the bottom of my pan with it. I'm gonna go ahead and just drizzle on a little bit more butter. And now we just pop it in the oven, and I'm gonna bake it until the potatoes are good and soft, which is probably gonna be a good 20 to 30 minutes. Well, here we go. I guess no turning back now. guys, I think Keegan is going to finish up tilling after he's done eating supper. I think that that is all that we're gonna get done tonight because it is going to be getting dark pretty soon. I feel like I got a good amount of gardening done. I thought I would be done by the end of the day, but then I decided to double it. So I guess we will see what all I end up planting. We aren't tilling up a massive garden. It's just another little square, I guess. Maybe a little bigger than our beds. I'll see what all we are able to plant in there, and I guess I will update you guys in a later video. Thank you guys for coming along with me. I hope that you enjoyed, and let me know if you'd like more gardening content. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!